Hey everyone, welcome back. This is a talk on Jupiter entering Cancer, which happened at the beginning of June the 9th. And if you guys would like to get a full free download of the Astrology in Action 2025 Transit Manifestation book, you can get that for free off of my Gumroad. Just click the link, type in 0 in the price range, and you'll be able to get it. Remember here that we do astrology and manifestation. So we're understanding how to utilize the energy to best serve our divine will. So when we're looking at Jupiter is known to be an energy of expansion. It's a big ball of gas. And there's a lot of potential, but quite often with Jupiter, the key to accessing the potential is about perspective, open mind, having a wider, broader view of things, and how this helps to lead us to our fortune. So I want you to understand that Jupiter expands everything where it goes. So in Cancer, it's expanding the emotional element of the water element of Cancer. It's expanding the principles of Cancer, which have to do with family, communing with family. It has to do with heritage, ancestry, your ethnic background. Jupiter in Cancer will bring us into this new enlightened journey of all of these types of topics. One of the things that I think are the physical manifestation is your home. Wherever Jupiter is and transiting Cancer in your chart, that part of your chart is bringing enlightenment to your home space. This might have to do with enhancing your home, changing homes, moving, expanding your home, or it could be an expansion of family in which there is a new baby coming or people are moving in. So, when it comes to matters of the home, this is also going to deal with healing a lot of homelessness, which actually we see with Jupiter and Cancer could be connected to our inner sense of safety, comfort, right, and nourishment. So, where Jupiter is in Cancer, this part of your chart is going to be going on a new adventure. It's going to be having a new journey. So, one of the things that I have found with Jupiter transits is that the area where Jupiter is going to enter quite often is very dulled out. And that's because Jupiter hasn't been here in over 12 years. So, this area feels very narrow minded. It feels a little morbid. It feels a little bit more like a struggle. And so Jupiter comes to showcase a sense of perseverance when we look at it from the point of astrology and manifestation. So there is a need to persevere in being more grateful as we work with Jupiter in astrology and manifestation tools. Where Jupiter in Cancer is in your chart is the need to persevere and being more grateful and gratuitous. And inside of the worksheets for Jupiter in Cancer, so these worksheets are separate worksheets which specialize on this transit. And I will have a rampage of gratuitous and gratitude affirmations when it comes to all of the themes around Jupiter in Cancer connected to the home, the family, and heritage. So sometimes this part of us becomes forsaken. And when we've lost and dulled the light, it becomes some of the things that are forgotten. So this is something that I go through in the worksheets. I talk about how and list out to you how Jupiter is about being more grateful in these areas, depending on where Jupiter is in your house placement. And I also go into the ideas of luck and expansive thinking where Jupiter is in your chart. In these worksheets, you're able to look at the different formulas on Jupiter that I have for you. And utilizing this in a ritual will help you to navigate Jupiter in Cancer this year and really hone in on your luck. And that's also what I go into in these worksheets is that your idea of luck, how you choose to see things. So luck is really this idea to choose things from a positive point of view. And then luck has this like blindness with it. It's like this bright blindness. You're blinded by bright light. And the reason that I say that is because when things come in, you don't have control over it. It is the abundant expansion of the things that you don't know that you don't know. But when you are persevering and being at the frequency of the expansion, that is the part that you have the most control over. So luck is this light blinding light of expansion, of things coming from nowhere, and combined with you, the entity of sovereign being that gets to decide how it wants to choose to see things. And in choosing the frequency of light will bring you into the frequency of expansion. So this is why Jupiter is the key to your fortune. And when we look at Jupiter transits, we have a chance to re-enlighten our fortune in a specific part of our chart. This is because I'll show you in the worksheets how I explain that Jupiter is the world of expenses. It's expansion and expensive. Because when you live in the world of prosperity, right, which Jupiter is the key to fortune, you actually see everything as expensive. So in the world of prosperity, cheap is not a real thing. Everything is expensive. Remember I said that Jupiter is your expanding thoughts, okay? So when we look at expanding thoughts, right, we're looking at expensive, okay? And that means that something that is expensive is of good quality, high standards. Good quality is high standards. This is what Jupiter is. It is the fortune of these things, okay? Because so when we understand that, even something that you don't think is good quality, if it has had a lot of thoughts towards it, then it is of a high standard. That's why everything is expensive. So even something that is negative, if people have put a lot of expansive thoughts, because you could expand a negative thought and double it down, that's what some of us call it spiraling or crashing out. If you can expand a negative thought, right, then you are basically giving it a high standard. And that negative thought becomes the high standard. So, in the world of prosperity, right, in the world of the high prosperity and fortune, everyone is equally prosperous. It's just what are you prospering on? What are you progressing on? It's up to you to decide what it is that you spend your expansive thinking on. What is your attention and what is your demand? You decide what your expenses are. So when we're looking at the true fortune that you actually want to recognize that your fortune is connected to thinking about that fortune in an expansive way. And that fortune is usually something like a profit or progress that you're trying to attain, right? And thinking about it in an expansive way towards the light. Okay, if you think about your fortune, like, oh, I want $1 million in an expansive way towards the dark, then you're just going to get more dark, okay, because everything is prosperous. So in the world of Jupiter, when you want prosperity in the light, which means that you want to see it, right? You want to give yourself expansive light thinking. So something that would take you off of the light thinking, right, which we could just call a negative thought, that is very expensive. A negative thought is very expensive now in the world of expansion. In the world of prosperity, a negative thought is very expensive because if you dwell on it too long, you are expending your energy in the wrong direction that you want to go. You're expending your energy towards the dark rather than the light, okay? So in the world of Jupiter, everything's prosperous. And we could have a whole other discussion, even an existential discussion, on how negative thoughts are also cheap because they're easy to come by. But that would be for a whole different planet.